He was able to best Dennis Bernard of Indonesia in the group stages to leapfrog him going into the final round of fixtures. The job wasn't finished. He had to beat the previously undefeated Juninho of Brazil, who had, prior to facing this man, who's representing Thailand, hadn't even conceded a goal. Wins 1-0 and performs the great escape. He's into the semi-finals. It sounds almost like something out of a movie, but he made it happen. And that's why we saw the incredible outburst of emotion following the qualification to the semi-finals.
And the story continues for him into this competition. Now semi-final, best of 3. In case you lose the first game, it's not over. You need to win somehow 2 games against your opponent. So it's a really good format. No, we have seen in different competitions that best of 1 sometimes is not the fairest one, but you know this one we are ready to send to the players to the arena. No, for the first of those semi-finals. Juninho we see on the left screen with his usual 4-3-1-2. For me, it's like 4-4-2. Because that Neymar, it was so nice properly in defense and in attack. It's like the link between the upper block and the mid block. In the other hand, good games at his best. No, we saw him today in the first game playing 4-4-2, and we were like, what he's doing playing 4-4-2 right after the second game. Focus on his main formation. That is bringing him once again to another, knockout stage in an international competition. That, well, why not? Will be the time for Gu to become the champion, or Juninho, or maybe Talonsui, or maybe the Peruvian ready for it.
It really could be any 4 of our players taking the hot seats in the pods here on our Liverpool stage, because they're all worthy and capable of being the winner of this cup here, the Fame Your Game Cup 2024. First time we're seeing eFootball Mobile feature at this type of competition. It's really fascinating, and every single player on the stage that we will no doubt talk about throughout both of our semi-finals. The semi-final is underway, and what a way to start here for Brazil! It's wide! It is wide. Barely time to introduce our semi-final. Brazil taking on Japan, and Juninho had a chance, but it's gone wide.
The 87 speed start for Ronnie was clinical to win that through pass, but on the other hand, his finishing is really poor, and that's why we saw missing that really important chance at the in the very first one of the match. Now, the Japanese can relieve a little bit, because those kickoff, if you concede in that moment, man, it's difficult to turn out the situation after that one.
So after the early chance for Brazil, they're trying to gallop forward a little bit more now as well. Juninho, of course, winner of Group B. He was by far and away the most clinical player in that group. He looked really strong with this Brazil team. And Richarlison is trying to stick a toe out to prove exactly why. Richarlison was the focal point of his attack. He'll be hoping that he can get him firing early here in the knockout stages. Neymar, no doubt going to look for Richarlison again. There's Fred near side, but he's offside.
That pass back was perfect, but it was offside. Harry is the Brazilian now with the intensity as fire from the very beginning, trying to get the lead and then control the match. But he was close for the second time, but not able to score finally. We'll see now if the Japanese can connect with that Takefusa Kubo. No, how many goals he has scored today, Harry? I don't know. I lost the count on him.
Of course, good games, finishing second in Group A earlier this morning. In fact, I think it finished around midday. So half morning, half afternoon. But either way, Gu will be hoping that he can go one further than just runner-up here in Liverpool. Was runner-up, as we said, last month at the World Finals. Was very close to becoming world champion. Ronnie, though, for Brazil, takes a strike from downtown. Seen well by the Japanese goalie.
From downtown, I love that expression. I really
like it. You like that?
Yeah,
okay.
I like it.
I'm going to write that one down, but for now, we have to keep an eye on the action as Kubo for Japan looks to really set off the first big chance for Japan. And
that was a difficult one.
Gu could not find one of his countrymen there on the virtual pitch. Still a chance, though. Near side, who can he find? Morita again looking for Starman Kubo. But it's out of danger now for Brazil.
It seems that Gu is starting to get into the game with those quickly combination that we haven't seen at the beginning of the match. Let's see, he now can find that last pass, no, that extra that they both player needs to make it into the box and then find the shot.
Nice link up really from both countries so far. 10 minutes to go, still half time. It's been a nice open game. It's not really been too cagey. As you've mentioned, Alex, it's extra time and it's penalties in these best of 3 games
and also
if we need them.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure you're putting your best foot forward. And that might free up some of the players that we saw perhaps be a bit cagey in the group stages. I'll come back to that as Ronnie with his pace tries to sneak around at the defence. And in our other semi-final, I believe there's a goal that's gone in. So we'll keep an eye on that, Alex. But for now, Japan trying to maybe turn the screw here. One pass too many. Half-time is approaching. But to update you, it's the man who pulled off the great escape that has taken the lead in the other semi-final. Half-time is now in the books in that game. But here is the goal.
What the
Thailand 1, Peru 0 in game 1 of that semi-final.
Yeah, he's still finding those situations during the whole tournament with those crosses to his main center forward. And look at that, no? That space he had created in the back of the Peruvian defense, taking the lead right before right after the start of the game. Sorry, and once again, we know what happens when the Thailand players start leading. Harry, what happens? He's part of the bus, so that's the plan.
Well, I was going to say early doors in that semi-final. With the thought of extra time and penalties, there might be a bit of a freeing aspect for players like Talon, who did like to try and park the bus, if you will. Good defending, though, from Japan here. And while the ball is trying to advance onto the Brazilian backline, there's been an instant response from Ready For It. He is ready for anything here, and Peru back on level terms.
The perfect timing, because if you let the pass to the Thailand player, he will park the bus with those defensive line. Perfect kickoff, 1-1, game on.
So even in both of our semi-finals. Approaching the hour mark here in Brazil versus Japan.
This is like a chess game. Like, they both are trying to move their figures, but no one wants to concede anyone. You know, it's like, let's see if someone have the spot to find out, to create a really good chance. Maybe go with this one. No. Nice defense by Brazil. Juninho going forward quickly with Neymar. Sending players to the attack. Arthur now. Also, Ronnie, once again, his main forward this game. He's not finding how to connect with Richarlison. That's the key, no, for the game style of Juninho. Let's see.
They've definitely been nullified by the Japanese tactics here. Rei Noguchi has been there or thereabouts since starting competing in eFootball Mobile. Of course, his first international competition was the World Finals last month. He's here now in Liverpool.
It's not.
Minamino is, well, not enough of an advantage there, says the referee. And as we approach the 90th minute, a reminder, if it stays even, we will have extra time and penalties in each of our semi-final games, because we need winners in each of our matches here. Neymar Jr. on the near side. Who's he got in support? Just crowded out by the Japanese defence. Tomiyasu's thinking of coming, but
I think he was looking for Fred rather than the Richarlison, approaching that disruptive movement from the midfielder, from Fred. One of the most useful players in a long time in the football, because his characteristic really fluid into midfielder, going forward every single time, really technical as well. We'll see, 5 minutes left. Harry, no change, 0-0, and potentially open the chances for both to win this game, because we haven't seen any really nice opportunity on any of the goals.
It's a really interesting point you raise, Alex, because it's been such an open game. We haven't had opportunities for any changes to come in, and because it's so open, the referee's assistant has said no added minutes, and Japan, they take the ball back, and we are headed into extra time in the semi-final between Brazil and Japan. And in the other game, well, I'm just seeing now, Thailand have reinstated their lead before half-time. Talon has got another goal back. Thailand 2, Peru 1, half-time approaching.
Oh yeah, we will see the goal. Yes, it's the Thailand player Alonso leading again, approaching that early mistake and catching that rebound in a weird situation where the keeper wasn't able to do that much. Well, that things matter, you know, in this kind of game. You need to approach any detail that your opponent let it to you to approach it. Wonderful. For the chances of the man from Thailand, now leading the game.
Yeah, I wonder how ready for it feels
Right before the half
right now,
because
he is obviously disappointed, making such a big mistake at such a big moment of the match. And yeah, you rightly said, a stroke of half-time to concede is never fun. But Peru versus Thailand is now advantage Thailand, and we know what Talon likes to do when he gets that lead.
Somehow we're seeing the games of Thailand taking longer, no? Because all these long pauses he's putting into the game, switching many things, sometimes less things, but well, somehow try to freeze his opponent a little bit. So well, that's it. Meanwhile, also in the first match in the Japan-Brazil, almost ready for the extra time.
Could not have asked for a more action-packed semi-final matchup. Brazil versus Japan, sure it's goalless, but it's provided in the first game our first taste of extra time. Brazil on defensive! Juninho knows that was a really good chance. Think back to the first couple of minutes, and Brazil had a chance one-on-one with the keeper. That is a big save by the Japanese goalie.
But we saw it was running with the header, so running with the header is like a toss coin. Sometimes goes in, sometimes goes out. This time as well went out. But no, corner kick, you saw Juninho having nice ideas in this kind of set pieces, in this kind of situation. You know, this kind of situation could be the defining.
Wait.
No.
Ooh, corner swung in, but again, the Japanese goalkeeper called into action, not for the first time this game. And Brazil starting to turn through the gears now as Ronnie is
push it.
Where's this going to go? An extra time goal for Juninho. He won't mind how it's gone in. What matters is that it did go in, and it's advantage Brazil in game one.
He was trying. 1, 2, 3 consecutive chances by Juninho. This time, that save, but that rebound, so difficult to clear from good games. That's it. The own goal in favor of the Brazilian. Now, finally, in the extra time, is taking the lead. And now, time to defense.
Those are the margins. We saw one of Goo's defenders trying to give chase, just desperately trying to do anything to clear that ball off the line. And now, see Juninho, his response. Let's shore up at the back. Let's go 5 at the back. Let's go defensive. We don't need any more goals here, because if it stands as it is at the end of 120 minutes, he's going to be one game away from punching his ticket into the grand finals.
Let's see. There's still room for improvement. Now has to step up, and it is like a few moments of the extra time has to, you know, find some situation on his favor. Maybe looking for those corner kicks, forcing those free kicks as well. That could be clinical. For the moment, really nice spot once again for the man of the tournament. For the moment, Juninho, that is once again leading one of his games into this competition.
Has plenty of experience, does Juninho. He's been there, done that. He was at the World Finals, was unfortunate to be drawn into the World Champion, the eventual World Champions group rents out. And now finds himself 1-0 up over the man who finished runner-up at the World Finals. Japan's Gu Games. In extra time. One. If you're just joining us, this is a best of 3.
It's timeless, no? It's time
Still definitely time. There's 15 minutes, but as we've said, eFootball Mobile ticks down very quickly. And 15 minutes will go by in a flash, and it will feel like an eternity for Juninho, who has the 1-goal advantage to defend. But for Good, it will go by very quickly. 10 minutes until 120 mark in the top corner of your screens.
Wonderful play.
Good build up by Juninho.
Somehow try to drive defenders out of position, no? And try, why not score the second one? That will be the end.
Well, we have 5 minutes to go, and Japan need to find themselves an equaliser just to force a penalty shootout. Elsewhere, there's a goal, and it's an equaliser for Peru. Unbelievable turn of events here in our other semi-final. Peru-Thailand is tied up 2-2.
Yeah, you know, you got the lucky on your side. Then we have the goal, maybe. It's not the end of the match. The victory of Juninho in the very first match, right after the extra time. There was no time for good games to react, Harry. You know, if you concede the extra time, if it's difficult to concede during the game, Harry, what about in the extra time? No, there's no room for solution. That's it.
That's exactly right. Confirmation, Brazil 1 game up over Japan. And Juninho, who was fantastic in Group B, we saw him do the business. He was easily head and shoulders above his fellow competitors in that group. Has gone one step further here in the knockout stages, at least for now, over his Japanese opponent. We're going to peep into this one because I believe it's twice Talon on the right-hand side of your screen has taken the lead, and twice the Peruvian, who topped Group A, has had to find an equaliser. We're tied up 2-2 here.
Now, if these two reach the extra time, will be definitely the long match played today so far. Those substitution times taking so long from the man from Thailand, almost you know, resuming, checking every single thing once and again. Let's check it out now. Substitution putting it in, but great reaction from the Peruvian after 2 times losing, being able to react, to take the draw. But you know, mentality, this mindset, those mental games that the Thailand player are putting into the game are difficult to deal with. Because as we saw, the Peruvian doesn't take that much time to do his substitution.
Feels like we've barely spoken about Ready for it. He won Group A.
He won, yeah.
He did his job and came in as somewhat of an unknown quantity, but he's really staked his claim in the eFootball Mobile competitive landscape. Top in Group A with the likes of Abdutch, who is featured in the top level of eFootball Mobile. And was able to top it fairly convincingly as well. Credit to him.
Quickly sending the counter back to Carrillo Diaz. We know well from the Group A, he scored a few important goals for Ready for It. But still the pressure from the Thailand player with the roulette and trying the stunning shot. Well defended, Harry. 15 minutes left, everything's possible already.
Of course, same rules apply throughout all our knockout stage matches. Extra time and penalties, if they're needed, will separate our semi-finalists and of course our finalists later on as well. 10 minutes to go. A goal here could be jubilation for either nation. Defended well now by Peru. I'm ready for it. It seems like a lifetime ago we were watching the action in Group A unfold. Here we go. Grimaldo tries to feed his striker, but with 5 minutes to go, you have to get those attacks right.
Yep.
By the same vein, you have to defend them correctly as well. Talon did so.
It's a moment to be creative and to make something different. That was the passing from Tulsipur, trying to connect with one of these last he's putting in.
Last attack's going to go to Talon. He performed the great escape in the group stages. We're here now in the knockouts. Is there a chance for it? No, can't connect with a teammate in the box. It's to extra time we go. Both of our semi-finals. to hop into both semi-finals. But if you're just joining us, this is a best-of-3 format. Juninho won game number 1 with a goal in extra time to win 1-0. Here they are getting ready for game number 2. Juninho has looked very impressive. The man to his left-hand side in his pod has also looked really good, and it's no surprise for me to see exactly how close these two are matching up here in the knockout stages. Elsewhere, we're back underway with Thailand versus Peru. Extra time needed here as well to separate these two.
And Ram is coming because now the attack of Talon will be well defended, now swinging quickly the contact with Cueva looking for Rafael Guerrero, Paulo Guerrero, sorry, the main forward of Peru, which almost having as well the best skills, so he's the one to connect with to finish your chances. But it's not easy because that Talon really knew that properly from before. And 5 minutes left on this first half of the extra time. Harry, it seems to he keep having our low pace. No one wants to concede mistake. It makes sense. So probably we are getting closer to the penalty shootout.
Exactly right. You read my mind. I'm in the top corner. It goes by so quickly. If the ball stays in play in extra time, 15 minutes goes by like a flash. Is there a chance here for Thailand to really put the pressure on?
The worst shot possible to be made on that part. What it looks like to be the winning goal. It went to nowhere, honestly. What was that, Harry? It looks like you and me shooting in that moment with our foot of a really amateur Sunday league, you know.
I'm pretty athletic myself. I'm pretty good with the ball at my feet, but how much could we see Talon from Thailand regret not taking that chance? Because you then enter the second period of extra time with a completely different game plan if you're able to score that. But either way, you have to have a short-term memory in this one.
I mean,
elsewhere,
you know, the players are used to play with full skill. You know?
I'm hearing in our other semi-final, in the first 10 minutes, we've had Richarlison sent off for Brazil. So Brazil down to 10 men early on. We'll keep an eye on this one because we're, as things stand, about to approach a penalty shootout between Thailand and Peru. And Talon and Ready For It have provided us some excellent entertainment. I think Ready For It will feel like he dodged a bullet at the end of that first period.
I mean, how difficult to have a send-off in the first minute, even being your striker, no? It has to be a really big misclick, let's say, from Juninho. It's kind of weird to have those situations in a really high-level player as he is. But, you know, completely game changer, no? Because have the full game with just 10 men on the pitch, man, it's not that easy, no. The last minute, Harry.
Last minute, last chance saloon, no minutes added on, so the referee might not even be too generous here. And with Peru winning the ball back, that will signal a penalty shootout between Thailand and Peru to find ourselves a winner in this one, in just game number 1 of that best of 3.
No, that's it. Somehow the penalty shootout will be the way to decide who's going to win the first game between Ready For It and Talon Sui. Well, let's see. Meanwhile, we move maybe to the Brazil-Japan a little bit, with this still 0-0, no chances so far. Yes, yeah, Brazil playing with 10 men.
It's intriguing. It's intriguing because you don't really see a lot of red cards in eFootball, esports.
No, it's not.
To have someone like Richarlison, who we noted between us, Juninho likes to use as a focal point of his attack. Being sent off in the opening 10 minutes is really tricky.
Writing on WhatsApp in the meantime for the penalty shootout, maybe asking for help for the penalties. Like, what should I do in the penalties?
While we wait for him to get the answers he needs. Here's the confirmation. Brazil down to 10 men. You see the red in the top left above Brazil. That's Richarlison's red card.
Even with that, he keeps pushing. He keeps pushing, going forward, going for the lead. Juninho doesn't lose the face, no, on this match.
Nice footwork from Fred. Can't bring his attack to the boil, though.
I mean, if he's able to overcome this situation and win the game, he's amazing, Harry? Because against good games with 10 men from the very beginning.
We'll keep an eye on it. We'll definitely keep an eye on it, but first we have the small formality of the penalty shootout. It's Thailand going first and scoring. Really good penalty.
Dramatic moment into the penalty shootout. Now Alonso with the ball, the number 10. No, sorry, for the Peruvian. It's Cueva, ready for it. Shoot it, score.
Oh, that's risky.
1-1, it is.
Going down the middle, it's always mind games. And if I'm correct, I do believe we are going to see Thailand going next with Talent into the top corner. I believe on Football Mobile, Alex, you'll have more information on this than me. They only have 3 directions to go.
Yes,
left, middle or right.
Exactly. So it's completely mindset, mind games. Now the chance, we're ready for it to equal the score. Yes, 2-2. So it's all about to predict and be inside the mind of your opponent.
You always see it. You always see if you score by going down the middle, you're often going to go there again. Thailand is saved. The penalty is saved. Ready for it. Has a chance to take the advantage here in the shootout.
And will be his main player, Paolo Guerrero, con la oportunidad with the chance to score and momentarily take the lead in this penalty shootout. He's taking his time. Paolo is ready for it, thinking about where to shoot. And it's Paolo Guerrero ready for it. Score! 3 in a row. Into the center as well.
Cheeky. Really cheeky. 3 penalties scored, 3 down the middle. Talon next for Thailand. Converts his spot kick. Now it's up for ready for it.
We see on his face the pressure he has on his shoulder, the Peruvian. Like doesn't know what to do right now after 3 penalties. What to do right now? Anyway, this is a chance. Oh yeah. It seems was safe, yeah.
We'll keep an eye on that as things progress. But for now, we'll hop over to the other semi-final. Brazil against Japan. Brazil 1 game up in the best of 3. We are seeing Brazil down. 2 10 men. Richarlison sent off in around the 9th minute, but back to the shootout. You can see what's happened. You called it, Alex. It was saved by Thailand, and Peru scores.
Game on. All right.
Sudden death time.
Yeah. We'll see. Thailand.
Here comes Talent to step up in the sudden death.
Completely even right now in this 6th penalty of the penalty shootout. With the chances, Nicolas Mikkelsen for Thailand.
That puts all the pressure over to ready for it, and miss here. Would see game 1 going to Talon and going to Thailand. He steps up and goes down the middle. That's the advantage of the mind games. And elsewhere, I'm here in Brazil. The 10 men of Brazil have scored against Japan. We'll get to that soon, but for now, it is back to the shootout, and Talent.
Santifar Changom from Thailand with the chance on the 7th penalty to score. Taking his time. Look at the time. 3, 2, 1. And here we have the shot. And it's saved by the Peruvian with a chance. Harry.
He was ready for it. And with this spot kick, Peru can take the advantage in this semi-final. Would need a big save here from Talent and Thailand. Who win the shootout and win game 1. 2-2 after extra time, 6-5 on penalties. Wow.
Until the very end, no? When we saw the Peruvian leading the penalty shootout, losing that advantage, and then turning back to lead in the penalty shootout, and finally winning that first game that seems how long it was. It took almost 2 games of Brazil versus Japan. It made us believe that how important it was, no, Harry, because now entering the second game, but with 1 point, with 1 victory, it's a different story.
Very different story indeed. Speaking of stories, It was indeed Brazil, the 10 men of Brazil, who currently are playing without a striker, who have scored. So it is Brazil 1, Japan 0 in around the 80th minute. And don't forget, game 1 went to Brazil as well. So we're about 10 or so in-game minutes plus a little bit of stoppage time away from seeing Juninho, who was flawless at the top of Group B, be our first finalist and less.
No, impressive performance. No, we knew he was good, but be that good, winning the game with 10 minutes left after being playing the whole match with just 10 men. Wonderful performance so far for the moment. You need to resist 10 more minutes, because if not, now the chances for good games to push forward. He will have advantage so far into the pitch because he's with the full squad ready for. Time is approaching, and the pressure how it is. It's difficult to deal with.
Well, Japan's tournament life hangs in the balance. They are staring down the face of defeat. And Brazil have one foot in the final. Juninho just needs to hold on for the remainder of this match. They're down to 10 men, so they're outnumbered. But Tomiyasu is one of the trickiest defenders to try and beat. Nice double touch from Enrique, gets a strike away. And I tell you what, I think Juninho will be quite happy with that. He gets a corner, keeps possession. And Japan, they're on the ropes.
This match, but we haven't seen any reaction so far for the moment for the Japanese player. We still have the possession for the Brazilian, for Juninho, which now maybe he will play show, maybe he will show. We saw here football, that means all the 3 players will join the attack for this corner kick, so most probably he's going to lose the ball. Let's see. Oh, nice ball. Really smart, 1-2 games sometimes. The ball for Guimaraes, winning another corner kick. Really wisely played.
That'll frustrate Japan. That will frustrate Gu. Gucci, who again, we keep saying it was runner-up and lost 2-0 in the final against Rensao at the World Finals last month. He's going to have some PTSD against anytime he comes up against the Brazilian adversary. He knows the damage that they can do. He's experiencing it firsthand in his pod right here, right now. 90th minute, rapidly approaching. We need to see a Japan attack. For the sake of Gu Games, a goal for Japan here. Kamada, they still have the ball here, Alex. So watch out for this. Endo trying to break the lines. They're able to retain possession here. Hatate far side. The cross comes in, but it's cleared by Brazil. And one more clearance will do it, but Japan, they still have possession. Kawamura, he clears the ball, and Juninho, the Brazilian, enters the final. 2-0. What an emphatic way. He's been near flawless all day. And he knows he is one series away from becoming the winner here in Liverpool. Wow. What a mature performance.
Yeah, it is. It is. No one for the performance so far of this competitor in this competition. Juninho securing $10,000 as a finalist, and mostly to make him proud. The whole family, community, big community as the Brazilian one, with where all big names has appeared in international competition before. No surprise. EFOOTBALL.
Brazil on top indeed. We now wait eagerly to see who will be joining Juninho. It is Peru 1, Thailand 0 in games. But game 2 is now underway.
Oh, the long run. Some difficulties for the goalkeeper. Still trying the man from Thailand, taking his time for those corner kicks that could define a less so far in this game too. To remind, the first game was for Peruvian, winning out with the penalties. Trying to connect the header, he keep pushing on that angle to try to connect that ball to the head of his, I think it's his center forward, during the tag on the corner kick. Terathon Bulmatan with the kick. Looking for no one. It's a nice ball deflected and cleared by the defenders of Peru. Oh, look at that! No.
Chance there for Thailand to strike back here. As you were about to say, Alex, some good show of sportsmanship between Reino Gucci, aka Gu Games. He falls to Juninho. What a great showing from both of them.
No, it is. That's the most important when you are in this kind of competition. No matter where you came for, the respect and the love from the game and for this thing which is with us since all our life. No, just reminding when we were a kid that we were playing on old consoles. Now today playing on mobile. You know, new stuff coming up. But you know, same passion for the game, for eFootball. And we see another chance for the Peruvian with the ball.
He's ready for it.
Let's go.
Ready for it has looked really menacing every single one of his attacks. But for credit to Talon, at the start of this game too, we've seen the response we needed to see. Had plenty of early corners, has been spreading the pitch like he is now. And being one game down in a best of three can come with it a sense of freedom as he's starting to put together some passes there in the final third. Cleared away though.
Well, we saw there the initiative by the Talon player, but Talon Street trying to to invent something new, because those short passes are really difficult to see in the different player. But it's getting closer. It's getting closer to score his goal, unless to have a good chance. We'll see.
Ready for it now. With this Peruvian team, this balanced team is definitely the happier of the two so far in this semi-final. 10 minutes till half-time. We already have Brazil in the final. Juninho's done the business in his semi-final against Japan, 2-0. And there's a cross here. It's in a very dangerous area for Talon to try and respond. He's one game down in this best of three, but his attacks have looked very promising.
Yeah, differently than the first game. We have seen that much from the Peruvian, from ready for it in terms of attacking, as we saw before. The previous game, it was by 2 times the Talon Street leading this match. We'll see if something different happens in the actual map, but it seems to be Talon Street with initiative as before. So we'll see. No, for the moment, pretty equal games. Where Harry, they know each other very well. Equal levels. Well, no one has finding superiority in any of the sides of the pitch. So really even for sure.
Stoppage time. Here we go. It is now half-time. Thailand 0, Peru 0. We have Chris on the floor. Chris, I mean, semi-final 1 is in the books. We have Brazil in the final, but now these two seem to be just butting horns.
That seems to be the case right now, Harry, but it does feel as if Thailand, their backs are against the wall here. But that has been the case. Cast your minds back, even just in the position that he was in the groups. He had to go up against the Brazilian. He had to find a win. He found that win to get himself to this stage. He may well be a game down. He may well not be looking too clever in this set in particular as well. But there is very much a lot of eFootball to be played here, Harry. It's a very close game.
Chris, what we got on the floor, what's the feeling like down there? Obviously, we're just a few feet away ourselves, but it's very different when we're in here looking at the game. But out there, is it tense? How's it feeling out there?
It's definitely tense on one side of the stage. I think in the other side, everybody's starting to calm down, ready themselves for the final, especially for Juninho's side of it. But then, of course, on that side of things, we were having a little peek over when you lost the feed for the penalty and everyone's bustling around. Kind of the tenseness really between the two. It's so tight between both these two teams. And let's get into it, though. We're back in the way.
Thank you very much, Tunny. Always great to hear from you. Chris Tunn, our reporter on the floor. Great to have you here with us in Liverpool. We're underway, Alex, second half now. Thailand 0, Peru 0, if you're just joining us. First of all, where have you been? We're here in Liverpool. eFootball mobile action. This is semi-final number 2 between Thailand and Peru. Peru are up 1-0 in this best of 3. The question is there a response from Talon? As Chris said, remember what he was like 2 games to go in the group stages? He was able to make the great escape. Can he do it again?
Well, he's getting closer to make that possible, no? In terms of mistake. Let's see if I can approach the Peruvian overall, we've seen the Talonso with initiative on both matches. It's true that he lost that first match, so potentially I see room for a third match if he keep at that pace, at that rhythm, connecting his passes as usually. We'll see. This chance could be a nice one for Talonso.
Thailand coming forward. Who can he find?
Hello.
Headed down into the box. Off the stanchion.
It's
It's off the upright behind the goal. A really good chance. These headers down in the box, if you can win this ball, the chance that comes with it afterwards often is so valuable. But not for the first time. We haven't seen Talon finish his dinner. He wasn't able to finish.
No, it's not. It's not. As we see how important it is for Talon Sweet, those left back and right back that he substitute for right now. And with the other hand, we saw Paulo Guerrero, the center forward, already for it into the game. That we initially started as a starter, now from the bench from the previous game as well. Really interesting to see, you know, as well, if he is able to put some refreshment on both sides to, you know, to make something differently, you know, because when you got substitute player, you cannot overcome your opponent or your matchup easily. So maybe now with the substitution, Harry, we will see more action, and I hope so. You know, we want to see goals and emotions, and it's time for.
For the sake of Thailand, we'll be hoping the boys in blue can do the business here. Of course, there'll be plenty of passionate Peruvians around the world hoping for Ready for it to score his goal. Of course, they're decked out in red here into the box for Ready for it now. But like you said, you're looking for, especially for the nations of Peru and Thailand, who maybe are lacking a little bit of stamina with the types of game plans these players like to put into effect here. You're looking for those substitutes to inject a bit of quality, a bit of pace, and a bit of final product here as this game ticks down towards the 90. And we tiptoe around extra time if we, of course, need it at the end of the 90.
It seems to be difficult to deal with those players facing each other, because they still find a solution to defend every single action that the opponent inputting into the game. So it seems no room for changes recently, but who knows? We are approaching the last part of the game with that through pass that was completely blocked, and now starting the counter. Talon Sui, the man from Thailand, on the high of the pitch, we're looking for our long balls, not able to connect with someone. And Harry, we'll see. No, I don't see how these two will go through, but maybe yes, this time no. He's taking his time. He lost the momentum. He has to restart.
He's starting to build this attack now. He's being so patient. You could just tell that, as you say, it's a little too much, but also Talon seems a little rushed in building his attacks. But look at the blue shirts forward here.
Could be the last one, and a good
1 minute added on. And this could well be the last attack. There's space in the middle here for Talon, but again, the final product just not there. And again, for the second game in a row between Thailand and Peru, we are headed to extra time.
Somehow it seems they want to make us suffer during all their matches till the very end, because I don't know, guys, come on, show up something different, show us some more action. No, but it's true, no, with over the time, over the minutes, you don't want to risk your line, you don't want to risk your play, and we are into some moment into the game when no one wants to risk, start to slow down their pace, and otherwise we haven't seen that many action recently.
When you think about it, Alex, these guys battled through the group stage gauntlet. They've been in their pods, they've been waiting, and of course they've been playing for so long throughout the group stages. It's been a long day for them, so it's unsurprising to see two very evenly matched players in Ready For It and Talon just negate each other here a little bit. They're locking horns. Extra time is underway. If we're even at the end, we will see another penalty shootout. And for Talon, being 1-0 down in this series, he needs a result at the end of this 120 or the penalties if we get there.
Let's see, 10 minutes left. Still having this opportunity for sure, less time. to create a really good chance.
Let's go,
But it seems now more with initiative. Talonsi once again going forward with that through ball, but it's Araujo defending ball now quickly. Attention, is that a good chance? The Spanish cross! That was close, man. You cannot concede those action in this moment of the game.
Ready for it is playing with fire. Maybe playing a little fast and loose, considering his position in this best-of-3 series. Already one game up, and there's no minutes added on, so no doubt this will be the last action for the referee.
Football.
Well, he's decided to be generous here.
Okay, Kenan.
Talent is now gifted a last attack of the first period of extra time. It's cleared away, though, by the defence of Peru. And extra time one ends. Thailand 0, Peru 0. I'm going to ask you the question, Alex.
Tell me.
Are we going to penalties? Are we going all the way? Come on, you look in your crystal ball. Tell me. Penalties?
We are looking for penalty. We will have penalties because we want drama, we want action. And yes, the mind games for another penalty shootout will be crazy for the players mentally and so fun to watch from people at home. Yeah, let's say for us as well.
We like drama, yeah. We like drama. The more eFootball Mobile, the better.
That it.
Extra time 2 has kicked off. Thailand's tournament life is dangling.
Oh, there's a good one. Look at that space.
There's a good chance here, though. Decked out in blue are Thailand attacking this left-hand goal. And there's a chance again for Talon. Just rushes his strike. It'll come a second, maybe third bite of the cherry here. Is there a fourth? There's Talon's dispossessed in the box, and now Peru survive. Is there a counter opportunity for them? Both men in their pods seem to be rushing this a little bit. Maybe the occasion is getting to them. But look at this from Thailand.
Is the time?
Who can he find in the box? He turns, he finds his man. Oh, the touch lets him down. It gets away from him. And this, all of a sudden, in extra time too, has become an end-to-end affair. Both men giving the ball away and ready for it. I mean, I don't think he can get a winner here. It has to be Thailand, and it has to be Thailand. The header is won by Peru, and it is a second penalty shootout between Thailand and Peru. And quite frankly, it is one that Talon needs to win.
More even impossible between these two, Harry, because they are drawing any single time.
Look at Talon.
They don't want to be in that position, but you know, that's it. That's it. We'll see what happens.
Talon knows that was exhausting. I don't want to put thoughts in his brain, but is probably a little bit disappointed in the chances that he had and failed to take. He had a fair few from what we saw, but I think he'll be disappointed in himself, and now leaves it up to, as they say, the lottery of penalty shootouts.
I mean, the stats by themselves: 4 shot and 2 shot on target for Talonsi for 0. No one from the Peruvian, which well, for the moment is okay with the score. He won before on the penalties. Why not wins again? And yeah, mentally, I believe these two still remembering how went every single penalty before, just to have in mind.
You remember? Yeah. Peru went down the middle 3 times in a row.
And now, same strategy, different one. We're going to see right now. Dangda for Thailand, the first one in!
It's saved by Peru. And Talon, having been conditioned to Peru going down the middle, Talon needs a save here. And he has done so. Both penalties saved.
All right, nothing happened.
Forget about it.
That's it. That's it. Now the chance for finally Talon Sweet to score the first one. And he scored, yes!
Come on.
Mindset on. Because the mental games is about to start.
Talon says, anything you can do, I can do better. Is there a response? And there is for ready for it. Tucks it into that bottom corner. No frills. Just easy penalties for him.
So the previous one went to the center. Now Gallese. No, he's not able to stop it. It's 2-1 for Talon Sweet.
Talon not messing around. Quick penalties. It is Guerrero here for Peru. Scores down the middle. It's so tricky when you go against someone that goes down the middle.
They are not able to catch each other in terms of the intention in this penalty shootout. Chanaron for Talonsui. Oh,
save!
Gallese! Look at that.
Ready for it. You saw the Peruvians' emotions there. He knows how vital that save could be. He has to score this one. That was a save. Oh, it's stick or twist.
Finally,
it's a poker match here on the stage.
Finally, he stayed in the center. And now the chance to lead. Why not? Once again, Talonsui with a shot. Yes. To the center again.
It comes down to this penalty.
Can he
to
save?
Force sudden death. Peru.
Yes!
It's saved! We are going to a game 3. Talon of Thailand has done his job. Wins penalty shootout number 2. And we are going to game 3. Winner takes all in this semi-final for the chance to play Brazil in the final.
Oh my days. How long it's been this semi-final between these two? And why not? We'll be looking for our third penalty shootout. What is true is like finally, the man from Thailand stayed in the center to save those penalties, because after 5, 6, 7 penalties to the center, finally found out how to defend, how to save those penalty shootouts that mostly it went to the center most of the times, yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff between these two. When people ask me, oh, do you enjoy your job? I tell them moments like this. It's matches like these that really make this job not even feel like a job, because we know between these two, you especially, Alex, having been there and been a previous world champion, been in these tight matches, we live for the emotion, the drama, and we love to see a deciding game 3 in a best of 3 between two nations that have just been, it's like fire and ice. They've been just nullifying each other here.
I mean, Peru is one of the best nations historically in terms of grow up in his community regarding this competition. I want to say hola to all of you guys in Perú. Espero que estén ahí animando, que ahora es bastante pronto en Perú, rooting for his countrymen, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Peru, Thailand. I mean, no surprise, top 4 competitors here, probably one of the top 4 community all over the world. So yeah, for the Peruvian, for Talonsui, to reach the final, it will mean $10,000 secures. For the pocket, so the chance for them, yeah.
It is huge. Sadly, there's stream wherever you're watching it doesn't come with subtitles, so if you don't speak Spanish, I'm going to hope you said something nice to our Peruvian viewers watching. Yeah, what a day's action it's been here as we await our semi-final game 3 between Peru and Thailand. We started, of course, with 8 players, 6 of them invited, our best athletes here in the group stages, and then 2 players who yesterday turned up to the Rock Up tournament, local players from local Liverpool postcodes. They were able to take the stage in these pods alongside some of the world's best. We started with 8. We're now down to the final 3. We have Juninho of Brazil, who's won his semi-final convincingly, waiting to see if it will be Talonsui or if it will be Ready For It who joins him in that grand final. And well, of course, you mentioned 10,000. You know what's better than 10,000? If I remember correctly, 13,000 first USD. Not bad. Not bad at all.
And securing 10, this is not bad as well. But yeah, overall this competition, all of the players will win something. That's the best. And you know, we wanted to have the very first edition of this FIFAe Fame Your Game Cat here in Liverpool, England. And in a lovely competition like this one, with that big scenario stage, a lot of people involved in this kind of event. We're gonna approach it to you know, to say thanks to all of you guys watching from home, because we really appreciate the support for this kind of competition, because who knows if we're gonna have more in the future. But finally we will go into the game number 3, Peru, Thailand. Ready for it.
Well, it's been 240 in-game minutes, and I don't think we've seen either of these two score a goal against each other. I could be wrong. Obviously, game one was a long time ago, but I'm pretty sure that one was 0-0 as well.
Well, I think in this situation, after 2 penalties shootout, most likely this game will end in 90 minutes. Like someone will leave the door open, and the leading goal will be the defining. But just my prediction. We'll see if that's true or not.
I trust your opinion, Alex. That's why you're here. You know, you're the
Oh, tak acuh lah pedulian.
So, I think I have a hunch that you're probably right. Neither of these two nations want to go to penalties again.
Yeah, no.
They want to win in the 90. They want to prove that they
Wait,
can
find
their spot in the final. It is Peru attacking this right-hand goal in the all-red strip.
Perfect defense from the Thailand.
Let's see. I mean, Thailand was pushing really hard in the second game, even wasn't able to score any single goal. It seems to be with initiative, trying to put over the limits to his opponent. You need something else, something extra. And it seems to be now the chance for the Peru. Look at the header! Look at that!
Still alive here for Peru, but finally Talon gets a hold of the ball. Had time and space to deliver that purple power-barred cross. And it's still alive here for Peru. Has a couple of men to look for in the box, but it's forced behind. Opening 20 has been very positive for Peruvian fans.
The best start so far for the Peruvian in the semi. It's getting closer, but same as before. It's not enough. Let's finish your chances, put it into the net. And then we'll see if you can control the score. The header is in.
Finds a Peruvian head, but the Thai goalkeeper has been put under a lot of pressure in the opening 20 minutes. Ready for it. Has started this semi-final off with intent. And it's intent to try and win. There's the goal! It is ready for it. Who strikes first? It is 1-0 now.
Well, it seems to be completely impossible to go through that double top with finishing. Wonderful play. Ready for it. Taking the lead. Wow, what a chance and what a move, essentially. That timing was perfect to execute like that.
Absolutely perfect. We said he was moving with intention. The opening 20 minutes were... it was a statement of intent from Ready for it. He looked so positive, and this move, Alex, finished off by a sumptuous finish.
Yeah. He left the dashboard on just to turn to the left, shooting easily. It seems to be easy, but you know, to perform against our opponent like that in that momentum as well, it's not that easy. Finally, Peru leading. Harry, after 3 games, for first time, the Peruvian leading 1 game. Is that crazy or not?
It's crazy to think. I think, what would that have been? 263 in-game minutes. To not have a goal between 2 mobile players, I think that might be a record. That really might. But we're here now in Game 3 of this best of 3. Whoever wins this one match of eFootball Mobile will be our second finalist. And now Talon gets his equaliser. Oh, and like a London bus, you wait for one, another one comes along. It's 1-1 now.
And we see the smile into the face of the Thailand player, Talon Sui. Wonderful kickoff. Ready for it, wasn't able to catch by the defender to bring it back to defend and to predict that pass back. Wonderful play. 1-1. And that's it.
Wow. It took
what a goal.
3 games for these two nations to come alive. And finally, we're seeing the best of both of them. What a response from Thailand. Talon obviously made the changes that he felt were required, and the immediate reply. Don't want to say the 1-2 punch, but for us, 1-2 goals in quick succession, split by about 4 in-game minutes, which is about milliseconds in eFootball Mobile time. It is now Peru 1, Thailand 1 here in the first half. Is there almost, I was going to say, almost an immediate reply to the reply.
Harry, we always say between the players, I'm on the player when in our conversation, like, all right, it's really cool to score and take the lead, but the most important to defend the kickoff, because sometimes it's not enough to score your goal. The kickoff, after you defend it, it's like, all right, now I'm leading. But because, yeah, we could see like that. The response of Talon Sui was perfect, and now we enter in a different dynamic into the game. Looking for that pass. That was close.
So very nearly threaded the needle. But the Thai goalkeeper out smartly to marshal his box well. 5 minutes till half-time here in the deciding game 3.
4 minutes left, and we hear the silence.
Bit of a hush
into the
here, isn't it?
studio, yeah, like you know,
दादा
semi-final,
उतनी खुले रहता
the
नहीं है
intensity,
ना
everything's about that.
Ini
Third
double.
games, we saw Judin
Pada-
hasn't
pada
left
lagi.
his
Boy,
spot
nggak ada yang
after
benar.
his semi-final, keeping focus, maybe chilling a little bit, or maybe practicing a little bit. We cannot see from here before the potential final he's gonna have against one of these two in a few moments. But firstly, let's decide, or let's see, no? Let's say who's gonna be their second finalist, Harry.
Both players just taking a moment here, making sure their game plans are all tickety-boo. That's English slang for all good. Before we are able to resume play, we're not even at half-time here in game 3. We still have a Peruvian throw-in following the restart of play. Look out for this here in the final third. Out towards Flores into the box, and strikes a tie defender. And for Talon, think back to games 1 and 2, he did have early chances and good chances even deep into extra time.
I mean, after the equalizer, it's a new game. It's really impossible to predict because the momentum is now on the favor of Alonso, but not that much. 1-1, and all my prediction went over after that response from Talon 3. So let's see. We are entering in a new dynamic. 45 minutes left. Probably right after the 60-65 minute, they both are going to start not to reach that much. So if nothing happened in the first 20 minutes, let me say, we will probably go into the extra time.
I hate to call you out. You did say you have a hunch we're going to find a winner in the 90 minutes.
I hope so.
Bearing in mind, that's something you said on broadcast, that's bankable, that's permissible in a court of law. If you had to choose Ready For It or Talon to score in the 90 minutes left, or rather within the 90 minutes total of regular time, which one would it be?
Well, I mean, I don't mind just talking with them. I mean, especially I cannot talk that much with Talon, but we will be, you know, mixing the conversation with the translator, no, because already I cannot speak Thailandese. But you know, they both are really good guys, no, and I think this opportunity is huge for them, for the family as well, into this esport that are really giving them fantastic opportunity to travel around the world, you know, as well getting some prize money, and I'm sure for these two, just being in the semi-final or in the grand final is a really huge achievement.
Second half underway. It is Peru 1, Thailand 1 in games. It is Peru 1, Thailand 1 in goals here in game 3. We need a winner. Of course, we've seen twice already, before I even need to say it, extra time and penalties. So you guys already know exactly how things are going to go down here between these two, if they're even at the 90 minutes. But Alex Aguathil, former world champion, by the way, has a hunch there's going to be a winner within the 90 minutes. So,
I mean, that's the advantage of the people who have some experience. Like, you can read
the chance here for Thailand here. Cleared away, though.
Oh, look at that.
Another chance. He's won the ball back.
That was close. I mean, it wasn't really struggling, ready for it to clear the ball and led Alonso to have the second chance, which that was really close. But for the lucky of ready for it, it went out 1-1, and it's time to be more, you know, exhaustive, sorry, for those clearance, because on this part, a potential mistake, Harry, and being down once again into the score will be the end of your chances into this competition.
We've seen some mistakes here from Peru, and well, look at the red shirts forward. Can't find the correct pass there. But it has been Talon in the ascendancy here in the second half. We've seen some white-shirted mistakes by Peru, and well, that one's gathered by the goalkeeper. But we need to see Peru, who, don't forget, went one game up here in this best of 3, really take care of the ball a little bit more. Lapadula just hesitates on his run and can't quite latch onto that. But we're approaching the final 20 in-game minutes. We need to see ready for it. Take care of the ball a little bit more here in this midfield third.
It seems to be a little slightly shy for the moment. After the kick of the second half, we saw Talon Sui overcoming his opponent, but not able to score one of those chances that he recently had. Well, let's see. We saw before 75, and look, no one wants to risk any single ball. They don't really lose the game because they made a mistake. So we'll see if somehow a potential corner kick or full free kick could be the defining. If not, extra time. As usually.
Well, here comes Peru into the tie box. 10 minutes to go.
Oh, that's a
stunning
nice
cross
one.
in towards Lapadula. It's cleared away by the Thai defence. And entering the final 10 minutes, Alex, we're getting into the territory of next goal will surely be a winner, and a big winner it would be into the grand finals.
I don't know, but it will be the most intense semi-final that I have remembered. 3 penalty shootout.
Oh,
nah,
surely not.
Cannot be like that.
Well, if Talon has anything to say about it,
maybe.
he will try and score here to prevent that being a possibility. 90th minute rapidly approaching, and it's a Thailand corner.
Just remind something. Thailand, Indonesia, corner kick, 85 minutes. Similar action. And Talon Sui on possession.
For those who missed earlier on, Thailand were on the outside looking in of those knockout qualification places. Thailand needed a win against Indonesia, who were above them in the group. It was 85th minute, as you said, it was a Talon corner. The header is what sets off the chain of events that made Talon feature in this semi-final, to get to this stage, to perform the Great Escape.
We'll see. We have a few moments before. It will be all about this corner kick of a potential second corner kick. It depends if ready for it can clear well or not. But I don't see other opportunity rather than this corner kick in the 90 minutes. Then we'll see. Taking his time, Talon Sui to set up the players who goes to the attack. We say Dola, the center forward, Elias Dola, the one with number 4 who scored that goal, that really crucial goal against Indonesia that put him into the semi-finals. And once again, I'm sure he will look for him on the first post. Balls to Dola.
Here we go.
And that will be the intention for Talon Sui in this critical moment of the match.
He's done it once before. Can he do it again? Talon was so close to being eliminated. The probability was so low he would make it to this stage. Corner swung in the middle of the box. He's cleared away, so ready for it. Who, don't forget, topped Group A earlier today.
Let's go!
Reina, far side, has a few red shirts to try and beat. It's against the floor! No, it's straight at the goalkeeper and it's cleared away. We are going to extra time.
My goodness, that was pretty close in the counter of the corner kick. That was the best chance had in the full game for the Peruvian. That was close, really close. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, for the 3rd time in a row, we move to the extra time.
Alex, you lied. You lied to me. You said there'd be a winner in 90 minutes.
Look, it was there. He missed it. That's it.
Extra time for the 3rd game in a row. We just cannot separate Peru and Thailand here on the stage. Feels like a lifetime ago we saw Brazil take care of business in their semi-final. Juninho waits in the final. But these two, they just cannot be separated. There he is, he's sitting, waiting. Yeah, get a little bit limber, stretch out a little bit. Settle in, because something tells me we're going to penalties. You might have more time to relax.
Harry, he's been sitting in that chair for 2-3 hours in a row. Like, Juninho, move a little bit, go to give a tour before your final.
You've probably got time to pop home to Brazil, pick up anything you've missed, you forgot to pack, and then fly back by the time that this one is over. Nice thumbs up from our grand finalists.
Time to go, Harry, it's time to go.
Extra time, period 1, is now underway. Peru in the all-white strip.
I will say, Harry, being at that point, why not another penalty shootout? You're gonna find
At this point, we've come this far.
Come on, yes, will be the best end of this second semi-final. It's now Cartagena for ready for it, sending initially that counter, but it turns slowly. But finding that through pass for Peña. Peña's able to pass. Yes, with the chance. Rivera for Peru to the wrong way. With almost scoring that one.
Still alive here for Peru. Ready for it. Recycle possession here. I think he's keeping possession to try and get the final attack of the first period of extra time. Look at this white shirt.
Whoa,
it's off the frame. It's still alive here for Peru, and it's cleared by Thailand.
My goodness. Oh, has missed those 2 chances plus the last one from the 90 minutes before. 3 connected chances really close to being in from the Peruvian that has missed probably one of the best moments so far we have seen him in the full competition. Still 15 minutes left, Harry. 1-1. But the momentum was for the Peruvian. We'll see if he's able to connect more passes as he did before.
We might need the SAS in here to separate these two, just because we can't seem to find a winner. It takes penalties time after time. It seems destined for these two to go and finish it there. There just seems to be something intrinsically linked between the two of them. They just can't seem to pull the trigger. We've seen a few really strong chances for ready for it. Every time it's gone straight at the Thai goalkeeper. He can't seem to find that little bit of finishing, that bit of sharpness. The je ne sais quoi, as the French would say, to finish into the bottom corner, and it's helping that man stay alive here in the semi-final.
I can just imagine the moment we got the update on mobile to catch the manual goalkeeper. That would be insane to use in the mobile. But for the moment, it's not. So we has just got a read 2 nice chances by the Peruvian. 15 minutes left. 1-1, third match, second semi-finals. The Brazilian Union awaiting us in the grand final. Who's going to be the second finalist of this FIFA FIFAe Your Game Cup 2024 here in Liverpool, England?
Thailand in all red, attacking this red goal. It's gone all the way through to him. Surely this would be a winner. It's cleared away by Peru. Still alive here. This right-hand goal has taken a battering here in extra time. And can Thailand win the ball? Sadly not. Now, ready for it. He's looked good on his counters. Turns inside, but we're so rushed, and the players at this point of the match so low on stamina. It's no surprise to see the finishing touch just evading and eluding them here. 120th minute now. We'll see if there's any numbers at all on the board. The only number is 0. So this will be the last attack of the 120. Guerrero.
My God, what have you been said?
Where else were we going, Alex? It's penalties again between ready for it and Talon is 3. It's Peru and Thailand for the 3rd time in a row. PKs.
I don't know what will happen, but I'm sure the winner will need some break before the grand final, because it's been a hell of intense these 3 matches we just have seen. And the finals will be decided in another penalty shootout. And now, Harry, mental games. What you do? Where you shot your first one? Your opponent know everything is in your mind, because you have shot around 12, 13 penalties shootout against him. So it's difficult to predict now, even if you're one of those players to wear 3 options: left, center, right.
Well, let's go over to Chris, Alex. He's on the floor. Chris, what have you got for me?
Oh, I'm stressed out, never mind these guys. What a mammoth of a game between these 2 players, and it's been incredible to see them go all the way to penalties, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Not much to really separate these 2. Call it, guys. This has been a banger.
A banger indeed. Let's not forget how far that man has come. Not only from his home in Thailand, but also in this tournament. Was on the outside looking in. Only 3 were towards the top of the group. Only 2 could qualify for it, and Talent going into round 5 was on the outside looking in. He's now a penalty shootout away from getting in to the final. It's going to be Penny up first. here for Peru.
Yes!
And it's
Thailand saved it, man.
It is saved by Thailand. And Thailand, if they can score this, take an early advantage here in the shootout.
Tanga for Talon Sui to start leading this penalty shootout. Yes, yes, yes. 1-0 for the Thailand player.
No nonsense. He took his time in all the matches and all the pauses, but when it comes to penalties, Talon says, you know what? Not going to overthink this. Guerrero now steps up for Peru and scores. Tucks it home in that bottom left corner.
Nice recovery. Now another chance for Talon Sui to score the second one. Chamrasame with the ball, right foot. And it's good job, Gallese. Good job, ready for it. 1-1.
It's as you were. All even going into the third round of spot kicks. Rivera for Peru. Saved again. Saved by Thailand. Talon with a good save. Has another chance to take the advantage here.
Son Krasim for Talon Sui, right foot again, to put again the lead into the decider penalty shootout. Son Krasim scores, and now no one shoot to the center. These two has forgot to shoot there in this one. We'll see.
Well remembered. Peru trail 2-1 in the shootout. Back to 2-2 now. Good penalty. Set the keeper the wrong way. Now it's all
Chanaron for Thailand, for Talon Sui to score the third one. Chanaron to the center, 3-2. Finally, it looks like I was calling for that.
ready for it. Has to score.
Thailand.
This penalty has
to hit the
back of the net and does so. And now, Alex, the pressure is flipped. It's on to Talon. It's on to Thailand.
Kesarat for Talon Sui for a spot in the grand final.
Yeah, Thailand is going to the final, man. This is Brazil versus Thailand again.
Final. The grand final. The FIFAe Failure Game Cup 2024. My way.
That was not a game of eFootball. That was a marathon. That was an absolute marathon between those two. I have never seen in my years of eFootball, no matter the platform, all three games in a best of three go to penalties. And that man is just the king. He's the king of the Great Escape. He's went 1-0 down in this series, went to penalties again, held his nerve to tie it up, penalties again, and scores the fourth and final penalty to send Thailand into the grand finals.
It's a survivor. It's a completely on survivor mode.
He can't believe
it. The very beginning of the tournament. He's right now in his best achievement in his story as a eFootball player. He's finalist with Juninho in the grand final. We'll have Thailand, Brazil, Thailand in the really grand final of this fantastic competition.
Unbelievable. Here's the tree as it happened. Juninho made very quick work of his semi-final. The Brazilian's been waiting for around an hour. Was able to beat Gu in his semi-final 1-0, both times around. Different story on the other side. We saw ready for it and Talon just locking horns. 2-2 in game 1, 0-0 in game 3, excuse me, 2, and then 1-1 in game 3. It took penalties to separate them every single time. But in the end, our two finalists both hail from Group B. It is Brazil's Juninho, it is Thailand's Talon. Alex, what can we say? You know what, before we come to you, Chris Tudd is over in the sofa area. He looks too comfortable over there. Let's put him under the spotlight. Semi-finals out the way now. what can we
Khotna
say
bhai yaar
about
to
it? How
headphone
do we
खोज्नै पर्छ क्या
recap
यार
that?
I don't know how you possibly could recap that, Harry. Absolutely incredible
दादा
semi-final.
हेर्दै देख्ने अफिसमा
Better than we ever potentially could have expected, especially with the matchups that we've seen, especially with how the tournament has transpired. I think, for me, the main storyline throughout all of this is talent of Thailand and the way that he has made it to this grand final. In the group stages, he had to win up against Juninho, who's now opponent that he has to take on in that grand final. He had to win that to even make it to the semi-finals. He was the one that just felt like he was behind all the way through this tournament and has somehow made it now to that grand final through thick and thin. To find it via 3 different penalties, I just do not know how you can have that sort of the nerves to be able to do that. But this is now our grand final.
Let's go.
And I think for me, looking at this matchup, we've seen throughout that talent, a tactician in his own sense, in the way of changing up everything as quickly as he possibly can. He's quite happy to sit back, but Juninho has breezed through every single player at this tournament but one, and that one is on the other side of the stage in this grand final. Talanusi manages to find his way through, but he's the only one that has managed to beat Juninho throughout this entire tournament. And Juninho has just relentlessly attacked. We've seen consistent flowing football, a Brazilian football, if we were to ever expect it. It's phenomenal stuff from him. But what a grand final we actually do now have between these two. I mean, guys, I don't think we could have had any more of a perfect setup. The only loss that Juninho had the entire tournament, he's got a chance for revenge, or does Talon actually have that upper hand now?
That's the big question. And it's such a good point you raise because, as you say, I mean, the only person to have beaten Juninho, Alex, is the man he's about to face in the final. I have to ask you, Chris, from down there on the floor, does it just feel like maybe Talon has an air of invincibility about him? Because it certainly looks like that from up here. It seems like it's impossible for him to lose any game. Since that 5th round of group play, he's looked pretty unbeatable.
This is one of those situations where you can either look at it one of two ways. He either has that air of invincibility to a certain degree, but when's it going to run out? Like, this is also the point. He seems to have scraped his way through, whereas Juninho has kind of ran his way through here. So which would you rather be? Would you rather be having these close games to get yourself to the stage and battling through, or would you rather be that team who have just breezed their way to a grand final without really too much of a competition? So I think it's a bit of a different aspect between the both, but for me, it almost feels like, has Talon still got any more of those 9 lives left?
It's such a good point that you make, and thank you very much, Chris. So great to hear from you. We'll no doubt be hearing from you again on the floor when we need to hear about the emotions and the feeling out there, because it is an amazing studio, but when the lights are brightest, it certainly seems to be, Alex, that Talon does have those 9 lives, and it seems to be every time he's backed up against the wall, he finds his way out. I don't know how he does it.
Well, I think, especially talking of the semi-final, exactly in the 2 games that he was overcome by his opponent, he was able to win it on the penalty, and the game won by the Peruvian was the real game most dominated by Talon Sui. But yeah, talking about the final, probably Talon Sui has the best formation, the best tactic to face Juninho into the grand final. We saw before that even Juninho started to play better over the time. He was really having a hard time to go through against Talon Sui. But looks, 3 games, still a long way into that grand final, potentially time enough for both to react, to have a plan B on board. So let's see. I can't wait for the grand final. Look, it's the grand final of this competition after a long day. Only the best to remain.
I know you're impatient, Alex.
Oh, I am.
I know you're impatient, but
yes.
How about we take a moment for our fallen competitors so far? Of course, group stages, long time ago. Let's focus first and foremost on ready for it from Peru, our South American friend. Sadly, just penalties. What can you say? And then Ray-san on the other side, we saw him runner-up at the World Finals last month in Tokyo. Sadly, has fallen in the round before even making it to the finals here at the Fame Your Game Cup in Liverpool. They're so strong in eFootball Mobile. They're so strong. So to see them fall by the wayside the round before the final just speaks to how strong our finalists are.
Well, completely insane. Two different game style. Now from Juninho, more control, more like be whatever you want. I will do my stuff. I will do my play. If you let me to find that slow, I will be really dangerous and clinical. On the other hand, Tulsipur is one of those players that you don't really want to face anywhere, because the 5 center back and those games that you know, it's not really beautiful to see, but it's been really worth it. It's putting him into the grand final. The best achievement so far for these two players, clinching, securing $10,000 and being the grand final, and potentially not just the money, it's just the prestigious to be the winner of the FIFAe Fender Game Cup 2024.
And then we can even look further back in the group stages. We had the Rock Up tournament, of course. Our two local players, they've secured themselves a little bit of prize money as well, just for turning up yesterday and battling their way through to qualify for this tournament. But the likes of Dennis Bernard, he wasn't able to make it through. Abdutch as well. Those are strong players in their own right. It just goes to show how cutthroat this competition is.
No, it is for sure. I mean, the Peruvian, it was his first appearance outside abroad his country, playing internationally. Look at that. He was really close to clinch the grand final. That says a lot for that profile, for that player, that I'm sure we're going to see him on future and upcoming competition, because he have the talent. He have the mentality to be calm, confident in his play, and he was that close to the final.
It was so close. Now, we have to take a little preview of our final, because they're two very contrasting ways to get here. We had Juninho, who you said was sitting in his pod for maybe about an hour and a half after all things are said and done in that marathon of a series. And on the other side, Talon was in the trenches. He was there. He was fighting for his life. I believe we're giving him a little bit of a break now, but it's going to be straight back into those pods again fairly shortly to take on the man who's been on fire this entire tournament. I believe the only goal he's conceded was to Talon back in the group stages.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, but it's a fact, no? Juninho, that has been probably the best player so far, winning almost all their matches, because the only one lost was against Tulsipur. So having this matchup once again into the grand final gave us the mindset to see, like, maybe it's not that Juninho that the favorite into the grand final. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I can't wait to see if Juninho have prepared something to go into those 5 center backs from Tulsipur, because I'm sure of it, this grand final will be huge.
Absolutely will be the first Fame Your Game Cup of eFootball Mobile. FIFA E. I mean, we're about to find ourselves a winner. Has to be one of two. Let's meet them now. Please welcome out your grand finalists. There he is, Tulsipur, our first finalist. Let's meet his opponents.
Let's go for the final,
These
boys.
second finalists. It is Juninho. They are seated and ready. They are locked in. We have our finalists. It's taken all day to find, throughout group play, throughout the round robin, throughout the knockouts, throughout all the marathon games we've had. It's now time for the two who have forged their way here to take center
Let's
stage.
go for the final,
Talon
man. It's
from
between
Thailand
Thailand
and
versus
Juninho from
Brazil,
Brazil.
man.
Same rules as the
We're
knockout
gonna
stages. Best of
take a
three,
tight
which
all.
Talon will know. That could take quite a while.
go.
And penalties, extra time if we need them. We need winners from every single game we see in these best of threes. And it's Brazil versus Thailand.
And what a match to watch. Finally, the final time, the final showdown
Let's
has
go,
arrived.
man.
And we have this tactics on both sides. Talon C with the usual 4-1-2-2, 4-3-2 for the friend as well. It's depend on your point of view. In the other hand, 4-4-2, 4-3-1-2 regarding the in-game for Juninho, especially with that Neymar Jr. AMF, no, to connect those upper block and mid block. And that's Marquinhos as a DMF. Really interesting card he's putting into that pot. He said to me that I have no anchorman in Brazil, so maybe I'm putting a defender center back into that position. Obviously, I've played with Marquinhos before. It's a really good choice for sure. In the other hand, physically, we will see a really weak Thailand compared with the Brazilian, as we usually expect. But they are really fast, they are really intense, and especially that center forward is been really useful for Talon C in this competition.
Top player, man.
Well, we are moments away from kicking
Let's go,
off
man. It's the game time.
match
Let's
1. Brazil versus
Marquinhos.
Thailand, game on. Brazil attacking the right-hand goal in the
Let's go.
famous
Make a
yellow
push, give a
strip.
ball. It's
Blue
Marquinhos
shorts,
in the
white
defending.
socks. We have Thailand decked out in all blue. If you kind of cast your mind back, Alex, I know it was a long time ago, but what sparked the great escape for Talon out of the groups was obviously that win over Dennis Bernard. But even then, going into the final game to qualify for the knockouts, he had to beat the man who stands before him here, representing Brazil. Speaking of,
my God, what a goal that was from Rafael.
Look at that, in the very first one, putting it into the net. That long shot was insane.
My goodness gracious, I thought this was audacious. I thought I had time to finish my point, but Juninho says, you've been yapping for long enough.
I am hard.
And look at this from so far out. It's audacious. It's not.
Do you remember that game against England group stage with Vega, single action, no pressure, long shot, put it into the net? I mean, you are facing Brazil, Harry, and you're expecting more for Richarlison, Neymar, or the striker, but from the midfielder, you are not expecting to have those shots. Wonderful play. Brazil into the lead.
Brazil 1, Thailand 0. And that's going to give something for Talon to think about. We saw early on Juninho was taking a little look at how the formation was going to line up for Thailand and for Talon.
Marquinhos, come on,
Exactly, anticipating the game plan from Talon. To see what kind of Thailand team was going to face him here on the virtual pitch. Cleared away by the Brazilian defence. I think he saw the back five and maybe anticipated having to really attack as a form of defence, and he's doing so. He's Richarlison, who, don't forget, was sent off in the semi-final against Japan in game number 2 in the 9th minute. Funnily enough, he scored in the 9th minute of the first game of the grand finals here. Not Richarlison, but Brazil have. Something about the 9th minute in there somewhere. Free kick though to Brazil.
Yeah, it's really interesting to analyze the matchup between these two. We see the Brazilian with the possession is putting a lot of pressure on the shoulder of Alonso, which is not being resolutive to defend that superiority in the mid-pack from the Brazilian, which is now having the free kick. Vega again, that was close. And Rafael Vega, what a surprise, Harry, has been a sensation for the Brazilian into this competition with those bangers, with those rockets that have his show up into this competition. Keep up the pressure, Juninho, looking for the second one. Meanwhile, now finally can go help up the pitch. Talon through a little bit, but no, losing the ball once again.
Opening 25 minutes of this grand final has been one-way traffic. Brazil with early signs of control. Some good pressure there, though, for potentially Thailand to punish, but for Juninho, he's been resting, he's been watching in his pod, seeing the grueling effort that the semi-final number 2 was for Thailand and Peru. Now he gets his chance to get his hands on the phone and get his hands on his adversary here with 10 minutes to go in the first half of game 1. Brazil in the final third. Vega is dispossessed. It will be a corner for his efforts.
Nice recovery from Burmatan, the left back from Talon Street, to reached the ball in the really last moment before he connected with Ronnie. Now we'll see the connected Veiga for Juninho. That was close. Yeah, we will see if Talon Sui has something to say, because he don't usually start losing their games, especially we haven't seen previously against Juninho. So let's see if this time have a solution in terms of intensity, in terms of new way to go through. Look at this
ball, man.
Oh, lots of space on the near side. Who can Talon pick out? That's a nice back heel, stunning strike with that purple power bar. Just can't beat the first man. And half-time is approaching.
Nice.
Will there be a final attack here for Brazil?
Counter.
Veiga on the ball, back inside to Richarlison.
Nice
Good
play.
passing here, but it's still alive
So
here
good.
actually
No,
for
the
Brazil.
ref- that's a
referee
true ball.
says no.
Right, the ref is
Juninho
right.
can't believe it.
That was
And
a
it
clinical
will
pass.
finish.
It's a blow,
Brazil
man.
1, Thailand
Below the
0
whistle, man.
at the end
First
of the
half.
first half of game
Let's go
1.
to the second half, man.
And now,
Will
Alex,
be
we
the
can start to
grand
take a little
final
breath.
champion,
And
man.
no doubt, Talon,
And
who's been
FIFA
known for his
first
long
time
pauses,
FIFAe
his tactical substitutes, will
champion,
be
man.
exercising his right to do so here at
For the
halftime.
first time,
Oh, well, let's see.
FIFA
Some substitution from Talon
Us,
Sui, one
the
center
EFOOTBALL
forward, one center midfielders,
tournament.
switching to 5-3-2 recently. Let's see. No, let's see, because now 5 center backs from Juninho. So overall, ladies and gentlemen, we saw before sometimes dropping your lines with 5 center backs, full defensive, sometimes worse, sometimes no. But now will be like a mirror formation between these two. But Juninho with the lead.
You've been here before, Alex. I love leaning on your experience because I love to remind people. We've got a world champion standing next to me in the booth. What are your thoughts here? When you're in this position, when you're in Juninho's position, you're going into the half of a grand final, first game, you're up 1-0. Do you go defense? Like, well, what's your game plan here?
Well, somehow I believe that the variation of that 5 center back formation for Juninho is similar in terms to go help up the pitch offensively. So that will give him those passes in those inside line. But at the same time, you can be, let's say, protected slightly more than before. So in mobile, this formation is works so well when you're winning. But look at that mistake, because if he catches, no. That was close.
My
The
God.
pressure from Talon Sui.
It looks like the referee's going to bail out Brazil
Martinez, man. I mean,
after that.
Brazil
As
got
you said,
it.
pressure forcing the mistake. But half 1 is in the books. Half 2 now on your screen.
Anderson.
Brazil attacking the left-hand goal.
Danilo.
As it
Danilo
stands, they look poised to take game 1 here
Ball is super, what, something
in
like
the
that,
best
man.
of 3 grand finals. What does
difficult
Talon
to
have in
pronounce the
response, I wonder?
Of the talent player.
He's been so tenacious throughout today. He's been
good intercept.
gritty, he's dug in, he's had to at moments. But is there anything left in the tank? Chance here,
Perfect
far
ball.
side. Who can Talon pick out? It's a cross
Whoa.
in, it's a dangerous header. But on the hour mark, Thailand recycle possession. They try and come forward here again. Still far side, 2 yellow shirts accompanying. Chance for maybe a pass along the floor, pass back
That's
to him,
it,
and
that's
there's
it.
a
My
shot!
God,
Oh,
he's
no,
taking the bar,
favourite
man.
goal denies the equaliser.
Ooh.
Almost.
That's a good chance, man.
Jubilation and almost reward for some of that tenacity from Talon that he's had to display several times today, but has to stay switched on. Richarlison trying to find his teammate.
My God.
Brazil 2,
It's Junin, man.
Thailand 0 in game 1. It's a second goal, and it's a massive one for Juninho.
You know, we say in Spanish, una de cal y otra de arena, because this time no. Because look at that, right after that big chance, the biggest one
Juninho
for Talon Sui in the contest.
Stop him,
Juninho
man.
this
Let's
time,
go, let's
yes,
go.
is able to put the ball into the net, almost saved by the
Let's give a
goalie,
name.
which
Again, Neymar
barely
leadership, man.
could save it, and under the legs, the ball went, you know,
No
by
one is
slightly
there to play
into
that
the net.
ball.
2-0,
Ball and
massive
clearance,
goal
man.
for Brazilian, for Juninho. Because now it's getting closer
Can
to
this
clinch
talent
the
guy
first victory in the grand
Bring a
final.
practice, so he
But
can
it needs
score
to be
2 goals.
2 of any of these players if they want to be the champion of this competition.
It's not pretty, but at this stage, it doesn't matter the manner in which they find
Exactly.
pay dirt. As long as they move that score in the top left of the screen in your favour, you will not remember the
In the
goals,
final
you'll just
too,
remember the
this
results.
like women all will happen or not.
And that's
Or
it. That's it. I mean,
by this game,
that things happen.
They will
No,
be the
an
one will
offside,
be the- one will be the
by a
crown,
rebound, a rebounds,
In
penalties.
case of
Things happen into the game. We saw
become a
before
champion,
Juninho
FIFAe
with a man off
champion.
in
the
the
first
second
time.
game against
Goo.
Goo Games.
Maybe
Even with that, he was able to
one
win.
single
So
game will be
when we
maybe.
saw, or we said, sorry, that
Same like
Talonsi
that,
has made
AFC
the run
Champions
through
League,
this grand final after surviving many
Let's see what
crazy
will
things that happened on the way to Juninho as well, no? Because defeat for second time in a row, Goo Games, the runner-up in the last eFootball World Finals in 2 games with 10 players in the second game. Oh man, that's a lot, and yeah, no surprise for the moment. Juninho, the favorite, in a solid way, winning this first match.
Underway after the restart, Brazil 2, Thailand 0. We're in the final, the first game of the final. Best of 3 between Talon and Juninho.
Channel 3 or something like that, maybe.
Juninho has been rock solid all day. The only goal he has conceded has been to Talon in the group stages in Group B. Feels like a lifetime ago we were telling that story. But you cannot rest on your laurels here for either side.
And if we ask him, maybe he said, oh, because I was qualified. If not, no one scored me, you know. We never know. 15 minutes left, and it's Juninho going forward with Ronnie.
And near side, Ronnie.
Oh, Dola. Look how strong is that centre-back from Thailand, Dola. That scored, and it's really dangerous, especially on those corner kicks. Well, we'll see now. Talonsi with 3 centre-backs, if he's able to get closer into the score.
The space for Joelinton into the feet of Ronnie here as well. We'll come back to the aforementioned man. Plies his trade in the north of England, doesn't Joelinton? I know Tony's a big fan of him. I should tell you the club under which he plies his trade, but either way, final 10 minutes now. Marquinhos to Lodi. And this has been a clinic by Juninho.
Oh, look at that, it's poised in.
My God, what a pass that was, man! My God,
Richarlison scores!
what a pass that was from
And
that play,
is
man.
a bow on top of the present. It's a cherry on the cake. It's an exclamation mark for Juninho. Game 1 is
Pass from
going
that great
to
man.
Brazil.
Just lofted pass.
And the
Lofted pass.
the thing that I think we have to see
And with
from
this
Talon
goal,
going forward,
3-0,
he needs to
Brazil
prove
3, Thailand
that
0.
his concentration is still there. He needs to prove the stamina is still there. It's
Yeah.
all well and good winning your semi-final after a marathon, but you've got another
That's the
marathon
goal.
potentially facing
Richarlison
you
on
here
the-
now. 3-0 to Brazil.
Puts it,
They
man.
completely seemed off in this first game. Let's call it properly, Harry. This is Joga Bonito, and Brazilian player playing a wonderful football. 3-0 into the first game of the grand final, and saying everybody, look, I'm here. I came to England, to Liverpool, to be the champion. And it's one game closer, maybe, because we still have left 2 minutes. So we'll see if the result is enough or not
perfect
for
ball,
the
that
Brazilian,
was.
for Juninho. Because wonderful first match he has shown us so far for the moment.
He's played a really good tournament all day long.
And he's just holding
This
the
game
ball.
has been a testament towards that. Game 1 finishes Juninho 3,
And his
Talon
final, man.
0, which means advantage to Brazil
And one more game,
here
man.
in the final of the
After that
FIFAe Your
game-
Game Cup 2024. We're live in Liverpool in this miraculously
After that
amazing, beautiful, there's so
the
many
winner
words
is
to describe
announced.
it, studio. The players have been in the amazing pods all day.
That,
They've been
this
locked in, they've
Thailand
had to
guy,
maintain that
If
concentration.
you want to win, then you
They've
have
done
to
so
score.
to get
four
to this
goals, yes.
stage, but that man now, one
Target
game
3-0.
away from
And
being the
if you
winner
have-
here today, from taking the lion's
If
share
you
of
want
the
to win the game, then you
$50,000
have to
prize
score
pool.
goals.
And he's got 2 bites of the cherry to try and
Without
do so,
conceding
being one
one
game
goal,
up.
man.
For Talon, again,
4-0.
it's about proving
Yeah,
the
sure.
concentration is still there.
We seem that maybe Talon needs to force the penalty shootout to get closer to Juninho. Jokes apart, I hear the Brazilian community saying like that, come on Juninho, one more effort, one more victory to clinch the trophy. He's in a perfect spot, Harry, but how difficult with that? Because in the final we used to have just one game, this time with 3 games. It's like you won one, but you need another one, and even with that score, they know how close is the matches between these two. So I don't see happening another 3-0. So, you know, that will be more spicy into the second match, where I believe Talentsui will be better, will be more aggressive, let's say. We'll find more how to go into those defensive line of Juninho. That for the moment, just to remind, for the 10th time in today, he's been the best defending, attacking, only 1 goal conceded, Harry. And after a long day, just conceding 1 goal, it's like, man, this man
seems impossible.
Dominate the game.
It has been. It's been dominant for him. I have to ask you, Alex, the game plan seemed to be for Juninho, invite Talon out of his shell by scoring an early goal. Obviously, early goals are great. You're never going to say no to an early goal. But I wonder if maybe he's going to try and do a similar thing. Push the pace, try and get that early goal so that Talon doesn't have the opportunity to keep it close, get towards the latter stages and maybe nick a winner or even score a goal before then and sit back. Do you think maybe he'll go for an early goal?
Oh, we'll see. I think he will keep following his route. I mean, talking about Talentsui with that 5-3-2 formation, the only thing that I see from my view is like the way to get closer to Juninho right now is to play mirror formation, like to make him to not have the superiority in that mid path with the midfielders, where he's making his opponent really have a hard time with him. So that's the only way, because that especially that MEF, that Neymar Jr. is having a really important role to receive any single time, just completely alone into the match and his play, and yeah, it's been a problem for every opponent. But new game, new story. Everything could be potentially happening in this second match of the grand final. And let's see. I can't wait to see later on how the feeling in the media. I mean, on the communities rooting for the player, because huge communities are taking part, Harry, in the grand final. Thailand, Brazil. I think social media has to be popping up with many interaction right now.
2 of the most passionate fan bases.
Yeah, for sure.
We have, of course, South America. We have Southeast Asia. 2 hotbeds for
the second league game.
Mobile.
Second league.
2 of the best talents are here on the stage now, and leg 2 of our final
if Thailand
is now underway. It is Thailand attacking the right-hand goal in all blue. Brazil, I don't need to tell you what colour they are. And it is Juninho starting off early.
Nice
Rony, who can he find here? Turns as well. No strike though. Can't get his strike away. Too much Thai pressure. And we did think Juninho might try and push the pace early on, just to invite Talon out of his shell, and especially after how that semi-final went for Talon. If you missed it, 3 penalty shootouts in a row. Came back from 1 game down to win a best of 3 as well. There's a chance to score a goal in open play. Talon has done so here in leg 2. It is Thailand 1, Brazil 0. Only the second goal Juninho has conceded here today.
For the win,
wonderful response right after the kickoff for Talentsui. That I was about to say that the formation slightly advantage the way he defend Juninho, because he's dropping line quickly, and Talentsui formation needs so much time to go forward, hype up the people. But this time, with just 3 players, it was enough to create that chance. Wonderful play, nice and better finishing. And it's Talentsui with the lead finally in this grand final. And well, different story. Now it's Juninho, the man from Brazil, and not have to react, Harry, and have to be explosive as he is during the whole tournament.
Speaking of the whole tournament, only his second goal that he has conceded. Juninho and Brazil have been near flawless. The first,
I saw a mistake he had in the formation, but yeah, keep going.
The first conceded by his adversary here in the group stages. Talon, the only man to have scored against Juninho here today. And he scored again here in leg 2.
I mean, yeah, we said from before, no, if he was the only one to beat him today, potentially, why not defeat him again in the final? But after the first game, well, look, Juninho, who can say he was not going to be the winner in this game too? But for the moment, nice job by Talonsi. We saw on the formation of Juninho that he preset from before the advantage tactic defensive on play. The marking, and you have to rebuild the marking every single time, because if you don't check it up, maybe I guess from the view in the first goal that the position of the center backs was not the right one for Juninho, making the spot on the slot able to go through for Talonsi. And you know, tactically you need to be really aware of everything that happens. Now the chance, Caio Enrique with a stunning cross.
Had to be dealt with. And it's a really keen observation from you, Alex, knowing that you have to make sure that your man marking is exactly where you want it to be, the formation exactly right. That happens even at the top level, and we're seeing it here.
You need to be rechecking every single time. That's so disgusting, Harry, because, you know, in front, Talonso, he's switching formation every single time. It makes you crazy with that stuff.
Marquinhos for Brazil. They trail for only the second time in the entire tournament. Richarlison looking to try and get one back. Enrique with the stunning input. Whenever you see that purple power bar,
Thailand,
if it's not blocked, you know it's going to be a venomous effort that needs to be dealt with, whether it's a pass or a strike. Artur turns his man really well. But
nice block by George, and now
just too many members there of the Thai defense getting in the way.
But we see that way every single time they regain the ball. Talonso haven't had time to find a solution, because all his players in the attack are really far from this defensive line, and that's why he lost the ball quickly again. Another chance for Juninho.
Van der Sar,
wonderful.
Lovely bit of skill. There is that purple power bar again. It's
what a save,
pushed behind
nice
for a corner. Around 10 minutes in game. Until half-time, it will be a Brazil corner, thanks to this header saved.
We haven't seen that much trick on the side, forcing that fake shot to regain the enough gap space for those stunning cross, which it seems to be one of the most remarkable identities in this game for Juninho, especially looking for Richarlison. Let's take a look. Ronnie.
With a header, sadly,
he needs
the Thai goalkeeper.
He needs to avoid to send those balls to Ronnie, as we saw before. Harry is not the best choice to score with those headers. But, well, you see, things happen.
Half-time rapidly approaching. And if there was a goal from either side that you would want to see, it's definitely Thailand. Just to open up the final a little bit. We know Juninho likes to attack, and sometimes he takes it personally when he concedes. Here's Ronnie inside the box, has turned one but can't turn two. And this no doubt will be cleared by Thailand after some Brazilian pressure. I think
sometimes it seems to be like with 6 defenders, talents with the 5+ the NEP going between the central backs to join the defense. Only one attempt of target for Thailand. It was enough to take the lead. And, you know, that's why they are in the final. Each game, different story. They have reserves. They have to wait to go through. And this time, in the second game, was the man from Thailand, Talon Sui, the one leading.
So Talon 1, Juninho 0. That is a scoreline we have seen previously today, all the way back in Group B. It was the scoreline that Talon needed to even qualify for the knockout stages. There he is. He's shaking his hands out quite a lot, Alex. And I know obviously the hands get sweaty, especially when holding the mobile. But
their hands are sweating a lot, I would say.
I've noticed him shake out his right hand quite a bit. He did so immediately, and it seems to be stretching his hand there a little bit. I wonder, is he suffering with some cramps maybe, or maybe there's an injury to that hand?
It's a really interesting one, Harry, because that position that you play with the phone is not really comfortable at all. I mean, in terms of for your forearms, because sometimes when you have some anxiety because the stress to be in that place, the state, you could have some pain in your forearms a little bit because you need to, you know, to stretch it a little bit. I mean, I've been in that situation and I had to be right there right now. I prefer to be here with you, you know, just enjoy the show, because be there, suffering the emotion, the drama. now you are winning, you need to win second game, or you need to resist the pressure from Juninho. Well, we'll see. Game 2, second half.
Is underway. We have recommenced action. Thailand 1 goal to the good. And they will need to win this one to force a game 3, a leg 3 that would then be the decider who would finish as a winner of the Fame Your Game Cup 2024.
Neymar Junior.
Neymar with a really nice ball, but I thought the hesitation from the goalkeeper might have just allowed Richarlison to kick.
But that goalkeeper was chilling, like I knew I was going to trap the ball, you know. No worries, guys. Chill. Still game on. And we seem that finally with those aggressive passes, Juninho's finding solutions. We see now the chance for Talon Swiss. No,
what
good
a
job
ball
by
that was,
Kajan Ricky regaining the ball, sending quickly to Arthur, sending the counter.
Neymar again.
Neymar Jr., Arthur.
Neymar.
Once again, Harry, will we see a goal? Or will be enough for Talon Swiss to win the game?
Just recycling this attack. Juninho being patient here, waiting as you see the blue wall. So many bodies there.
Wonderful
Lovely
dribbling.
footwork, and he's able to turn. Where will this rebound to? To the feet of a Thai defender. But look, there is no pressure on the Brazilian defence. This is now siege tactics. This is Talon sitting back and defending his 1-goal lead. He did so, don't forget, in the group stages. I'll come back to it as Vanderson maybe can cross in. Oh, where's this one going? It's cleared out. But don't forget, he scored in the 20th minute back in the group stages, then defended for the next 70. So this will be light work for Talon after what he's already achieved here. Surely, unless Juninho has something to say about it, we need to see a response. Otherwise, we're going to a game 3.
Juninho needs substitution because you know, over the minutes, he's having less and less strength to go through those blue lines that Talon Swiss is offering us from the moment he's in all his games. It's Neymar with a misclick, but the rebounds goes to Kajan Ricky with that heel aggressive pass to Arthur, missing the ball, losing the ball, now the counter. Whoa, 10 minutes left, and Harry, let's see if at least one more chance will be for Juninho.
It's go time. It's go time for Brazil to try and force extra time. Oh, it's into the box. Where is this going to go? Oh, it's saved.
Every
Thailand goalkeeper has earned his wages here today, and it's cleared they're playing territory now by Thailand, as they have been since their goal. And look at the amount of time that has ticked away thanks to that one going all the way to the byline.
To Neymar.
Ball at the feet of Neymar now. That's recklessly given away. And next attack has to go Brazil's way. What's the number? Oh, it's no minutes added on, and Thailand will win game 2. 1-0, which makes it 1-1 in the best of 3. Where else could this go? We're going to leg 3 to find our winner here in Liverpool. Will it be Brazil? Will it be Thailand? We cannot split them. It's going to take a 3rd game.
And that's it. If you want to be the champion of this FIFA Fame Your Game Cup 2024, you need to prove it until the last match, until the 3rd and decider match of this grand final. And everything you did before doesn't matter. It's the right time, the right moment to perform, to do everything you can to overcome your opponent. And it's Juninho 1, Talon Swiss 1, and we see the sprint, the pressure. Look at that.
What are we feeling? He want
to win and run out and leave home quickly. That's it, that's it.
He seemingly has 9 lives in this competition. Just moments away from being eliminated. Had to fight a real uphill battle in the group stages. It was not impossible, but highly improbable he would make it.
I mean, there's 2 different way of competitors. Everyone which is here is really competitive, and for someone's that high pressure that they are feeling right now is so let's say there's some older that love to be right there, love to feel that pressure, love to see that things coming in their mindset, like they feel the star, they are the star, and they are everyone looking at them, and it's the moment to prove, the moment to show up. And potentially, who else will win? I don't know. Tulsipur, Juninho.
It's
difficult to predict. So difficult.
How else could we finish this? When talent's involved, it's always going the distance. Here's how we got here. We saw it there on our screens. The semi-finals were absolutely grueling. And we're now ready for leg 3. Fame Your Game Cup 2024 here in Liverpool. A city full of footballing history and heritage. And now we've come down to a final game of eFootball Mobile to find our winner here today. Will it be Brazil? Will it be Thailand? Will we go to penalties? Talent involved, so maybe.
No, we don't see a smile from the players. Difficult moment to be right now. There's different scenarios that we could have in the upcoming third and final match. Potentially, but
this game will decide the champions, man. After playing 2 games,
but in the other hand, Juninho has proved to have solution
one
every
for
single
Brazil
chance
and one for that Thailand guy.
But, you know, he needs to be accurate. He needs
And
to be
this is the game, man.
with your chances from both players. So it's the right time to find out Richarlison rather than Ronnie. And it's time for Tulsipur to be that efficient as well with those content he could make it. So we'll see, Harry. It's the moment has arrived.
The moment has arrived for the final time today.
Any of them
We are about
won
to
the game,
kick off.
then he will be the
It is
champions,
game
man.
3 of the best of 3. Forget everything else that's happened today. The winner of this game on your screens will be the winner of the Fame Your Game Cup 2024. Talent taking on Juninho. It is this time Thailand in the all-red strip, and Brazil have gone for their signature away strip. The white shorts, blue socks and shirts. Defending to do here though for Brazil as Talent looks for an early goal.
No.
It's cleared away quite handily by Brazil in the end.
Let's see how these two play again into the final match. We saw some mistakes, some early doubts in and who you pass your first early plays. We saw also some high pressure from Juninho that want to go for it from the very beginning. Taking his time, Tulsipur is choosing the right one. Now the mistake, we'll see now the counter. He's running with the ball. 2-on-1 on the right side. Fred running.
With the ball, man.
Wonderful defense by Auke. The defender, the left back from Thailand. Now quickly Sarachak going forward. Boumatan going to Chalet. And Chalet looking back to pass. Yes,
what a ball.
With a potential option to the cross. It's stunning one.
Two Brazilian players go up for it and almost make a mess of it. But it is,
man.
in the end, cleared away. Possession stays with Tulsipur for now, though. Talent has been so resilient today. Look at the passes here.
Wow, that's a great chance, man.
First
for the
real
Thailand guy.
chance for Thailand, and Juninho knows that one has to be respected.
He's playing right. He's playing
very good chance
right
here.
now, man.
He had to try the first time shot.
Let's
There's no other
to
choice rather than that one. If he controlled, it was easy for the defender to regain that ball. Nice try, nice try. Really nice one. First opportunity of the game for this time. Tulsipur, the man from Thailand, that is going with everything he has to prove he's going to be the champion of this FIFAe Fame Your Game Cup 2024.
Well, we saw last time the ball was at the feet of the Thai goalkeeper. Saw Juninho be very patient, take his time. This time, Talon made the right pass and can start to build. Far side. Fred sticks a toe out, and now Marquinhos can take over and spring those blue shirts forward. It's just so attritional in that midfield. The likes of Richarlison have barely touched the ball for Brazil, and I think that's an important reason as to why we're seeing Thai supremacy here at the start in the first half of leg 3.
Look at the cross.
Cross coming in.
The rebound is in.
Oh, on the toe, the goalkeeper called in.
What?
It's Thailand who scored.
Thailand scores, man. Yes, let's go.
Quickest to react. The goalkeeper is not clinical enough.
Offside cannot.
Right place, right time. It's Thailand.
No, man. They are
Who
celebrating.
takes the advantage, breaks the deadlock after 35 minutes here in leg 3.
And let me say, Harry, I'm really looking to the faces of the player, and we have not to be that much intelligent to see that the worst scenario for the Brazilian is this one. Started losing the game against a really defensive player, Alonso, regaining that rebound. He was really smart, looking for those crosses, finding, you know, secondary chances, because he knew from beginning it's difficult to score the header. But look at that one. In the third match, the lucky on your side, catching that rebound, his main forward, putting it into the net. 1-0 for Alonso, 1-0 in this final match that will change drastically the mood and the rhythm and the pace of the game, for sure.
He's really good right now, man.
It flips this grand final on its head entirely. Talon is just the king of comebacks. I don't know how he does it, but there's been something mythical about the Thailand player here in Liverpool. It's been magical to watch. He just made the great escape out of the group stages and then won the marathon of the semi-final against his Peruvian opponents, ready for it. 3 penalty shootouts in a row. He lost the first one, so had to come back then. Lost game 1 of this grand finals. Now finds himself in game 3. 1 goal to 0. Still early on, but it's a big advantage to carry going forward.
Still Leon, but it's a different situation, because you look, the response of Juninho is not the same ones in the previous game. Now directly 3 defenders. It's like he knew what happened in the previous league. He knew that he was having a hard time to go forward, hype up the pitch, to create these chances, and now he needs to do something else. He needs to do something different than before, because he know the only one that has beat him in this competition is him, his Talon 3, and now in this moment there's no room for mistake, there's no room for this approach, this opportunity, because both players are really close to be the champion. But for the moment,
Talon guy on a double bar defense. It's Danilo.
35 minutes gone. Thailand 1.
It's mag highlights.
Brazil 0.
Just a lot. No.
It has been magical to watch Talon ply his trade and do what he does best.
Neymar.
So far, so good.
Changing a plank.
In leg 3. Brazil, though. Is there a response from Juninho?
As there is the equaliser!
There is that response that we haven't seen against Talon in the past. He finds the equaliser and sets us up for an amazing rest of leg 3. 1-1.
And it's the street center, but it's working. Yes, right after switch formation. And now the thing is, like, you keep with that formation, you move back to your main formation. Wonderful hit back pass. And wonderful finishing. Is Brazil with the draw. It's Juninho with the draw. And it's time to breathe a little bit, because you know, you don't want to see the run, the timing running up, and you're losing against Talon 3, Harry. But finally, nice response.
1-1, and it's a response we needed to see. I keep saying that, but we did, because Talon, we've seen him set up shop. He defended after scoring a 20th minute goal against Juninho. So if a couple of attacks went by the wayside for the Brazilian and Talon started to find his defensive footing, this could have gotten very frustrating very quickly for Juninho. He could have felt the tournament slipping out of his hands, but the reply on point, and it sets us up. We're still in the first half, by the way, so half time approaching, but sets us up for a second half that could be really explosive.
Yeah, we see Juninho coming back to his formation, his main one. In the other hand, we saw Talon C with a really interesting advanced tactics he's putting on his player. As we saw, he's playing with 2 AMEF, and he's putting offensive instruction to both of them just to go forward, hype up the pitch every single time he regains the ball. It's one of his keys on this tactic, on that defensive on paper formation. but at the end, a really good formation, obviously in good hands, in the hands of one of the best players all over the world, Talon Sweet from Thailand.
So we're underway in the FAME Your Game Cup final. It's gone the distance. As long as Talon's involved, we always knew it would. We're here in leg 3, in the best of 3. It is one apiece, and it is 1 goal each. Here in leg 3.
My God, he's doing
set
mistake.
up for pure cinema. 2 minutes added on, and Ronnie is, well, he's broken the back lines. Can he find another blue shirt in the box? It will stay alive here for Brazil, but that's quick reactions from Thailand. The defence clears it, and there is the half-time whistle. 1-1.
Harry, how crazy it is. We still have 24 minutes more to enjoy this grand final.
Yeah.
And potentially an extra time and potentially an penalty
It's
shootout.
supposed
We will
to
see.
have the second
If
half,
we have
man.
seen the Talon Suite taking part in this game, potentially, no, not potentially, obviously,
It's
because
guaranteed.
obviously
It's guaranteed.
the chance to be in a penalty shootout is high. It's really high. But we'll see. Now, I love the reaction from Juninho. Now, the mental game is key with the 3 center back. He's proving that no, he went back to the 4 defenders, but he's having a hard time to be as accurate, as aggressive as before, and it's Talon Sweet maybe for the moment with initiative in this third leg.
Just taking a quick moment to look back on these players' careers as we kick off the second half. Obviously, Talon won the Bayern München Club event in the Allianz Arena over in Germany. We then saw Juninho come over to Manchester, just up the road, won the Old Trafford Club event finals there. Both represented their respective clubs at the World Finals. Both fell short, but one of them has to become the bride here. The other one will remain the bridesmaid, but who is going to take centre stage and be crowned our winner? Brazil looking really good here, Roni, with the cross, and it's to the head of Richarlison. It's who you'd want taking that chance, but it is not good enough.
We can say, man, maybe Richarlison is not the man for the big games because we haven't seen so far in the semi-final and the finals.
That is a really good chance. And Brazil, since the half-time resumption, definitely have looked strong. Now, what response is there from Thailand?
Wow,
it seems really strong in this start of the second half. Juninho with another move. Now Richarlison, wonderful pass from Rafael Veiga. Looking for that low-through pass, but this time no. We need to restart his play a little bit, waiting more. He's approaching for the secondary lines, half up the pitch. Now the chance for Talon Sweet, looking on the right wing, but no, it's Arthur, the Brazilian. Former FC Barcelona, many clubs. Well, that recovery, wonderful. Now Marquinhos.
Marquinhos, crossfield ball. Brazil looking really good coming forward. Richarlison near side. He's drifted out quite wide since the second half has started, and it's not really where you want him. It's not where he's best utilised. You want him on the end of those crosses.
Yeah.
But for now, I think any attack, it doesn't matter who is in what position. Juninho is just looking for that killer edge here. Likewise on the other side, for Talon, he wants to put red shirts forward. He's still playing a defensive game plan. You can see there at the bottom of the screen, that blue bar. But that's just to shore up and make sure the threats of Brazil, the Richarlisons, the Freds, the Neymars, of course, can't get in behind. That's been key for Juninho up to this point. And something tells me Talon is trying to counter that with his defensive game plan.
Well, let's take a look at the substitution from both sides. As usually, the left back, right back, and both AMF are the keys. Now, the Talon Sweet formation, he now has to adjust the advanced instruction of offensive for both the new AMF into the game. On the other hand, we will see Juninho, that which kind of formation he will put it for the last part of the game. 4-4-2 with that quick counter, trying to protect a little bit more the wings in a really impressive way to use that formation in this moment of the match. But for some reason that he only knows for sure, he sees this tactic as the best to face these last moments, not the last 15 moments, if I'm not wrong, in this third match. And well, let's see, Harry, let's see if the substitution are game changers in this third match, in this third leg of the grand final of this competition.
I'm full of hypothetical questions here today, but is there a final effort from Talon? Is there anything left in the tank for Juninho? It's been a long, long day, but Brazil and Thailand are the only two nations remaining. Referee has given a foul towards Talon Usui, so it will be possession in the hands of Thailand. But with less than 10 minutes to go, don't forget, extra time penalties. But if there's a winner in the 90, it's going to come in the next 10 minutes. Richarlison's off, so a key focal point removed and another one reintroduced for Juninho. Talon starting to build now defensively, had to be alert there to Juninho.
As Banderson now is having a hard time to clear in that ball, connecting with looking for Richarlison again. Now, critical moment for the Brazilian, leaving up his play. Now Arana going forward, looking for his DMF. Marquinhos thinking about where to connect. That's low, but missing that pass. That will be the counter by Snow, because he's taking his time. Talon said no one wants to make a mistake. Harry.
Juninho was trying to do the exact same thing that Talon is doing. He wants the last attack of this game.
Yep.
But Juninho gave the ball away sloppily. Will that spell his demise here? As Talon through one-on-one!
Wow, what a goal! That was Thailand scored finally.
Surely now!
At last he scores, and he will be the champion.
Brink of elimination in the group stages, from the brink.
This game ended, man. Sure,
of
this game ended here.
in the semi-finals.
With the Thailand already still over there.
In the final, surely the last kick of the game. Surely now, he's stolen from the jaws of defeat a famous victory here in Liverpool to make it Talon Usui into the lead. Unbelievable. It's emotional. But surely now we have our winner of the Fame Your Game Cup. We knew it would come down to taking your chances, and he took it with aplomb.
He had that game on that
play on his
mind, and
he's the lucky guy, man.
executed.
And he's the champion, man. Congratulations.
The champion of this FIFA
Congratulations to Thailand guy, man. He's the champion.
Unbelievable. You see what it means to the
His
man
game,
representing Thailand
from that Dennis
earlier in the year. Won the Bayern Club event in front of Thomas Muller. Wants to use his prize money always to pursue his dreams. We can see it. Look, take a little look at some of his handiwork here. Scored first in leg 3.
And that's the
fell
goal
short in the World Finals in Tokyo last month. Finished second in his group, but was determined to never say die here in Liverpool. And is now the winner with that goal in the 4th minute of only 2 added on. Talon Usui is your winner.
Thailand is the winner. FIFAe first time.
What a performance by Talon Usui. Just all day long, could not be defeated at any single given moment. A sensational performance from Talon, who will take the win for Thailand.
He can't
every single opportunity that someone had to beat him, it did not work out. He never gave up once. And he looks relieved. He looks extremely relieved. What a performance from him. He will be your winner at the FIFA Your Game Cup 2024. Congratulations.
He deserves to be the
Got
champion.
the guys coming over. I mean, what an absolutely tremendous performance, Harry. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Unbelievable is the only word. The only word. We've seen the resiliency from the man in that pod right there to come from 3rd place in the group to be a formidable adversary in Dennis Bernard, to then beat Janino, who was leading the group in such a commanding fashion, to then his semi-final 3 penalty shootouts, to then win game 3, leg 3 of the final. Unbelievable. There's no other way.
No, it's not the wall. He was looking for the victory in the most difficult way, you know, until the last moment, last match, last minutes into this competition. It was a moment, and it will be a moment that he will never forget in his entire life, I'm sure. What a wonderful moment. Become champion in a perfect way, let's say. Now, just congratulations, Talon 3. I'm sure your whole country, your family will be proud of yourself.
Well, Alex, thank you so much for joining me today. Chris, I want to turn to you. Final thought. I mean, here in Liverpool, drama galore. We have our winner.
I mean,
unbelievable.
Unbelievable, really. Just the way that he actually managed to do it. Just could not be beaten every single time. We were putting him down. I mean, immediately we said in the group stages, is he even going to make it out? Is he going to win his semi-final? 3 penalty shootouts to get that stage. Drama all day long. We wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
There is no other way we would have wanted it. Thank you so much for joining us here today, both Chris, Alex, all of our players, our winner, Thailand's Talon Asui. Thank you very much and congratulations. And we'll see you next time from Liverpool and from us.
A lot of fears.
Goodbye.
Game coverage has concluded. अब ट्रॉफी सबमिट के हुने इसमें This one for today, guys. We're tomorrow still building. Goodbye, good night. Have a good night. Peace out.